families are doing here?
Well, it's family day, just wanting to get everybody together, understanding, what we're building here with the Magic, but also being able to give back, to the community. We're working on putting things together for those that are still in need. I think that's just so important for everybody to be on the same page. Understand there's still people out there that flood situation, homes destroyed, not having supplies. Like, we want to be able to make sure we put enough together for those that are still in need.
We've seen it with the 30 for 30 grants, the DeVos family's reaction right after the hurricane. Just how much have you felt that sense of community since coming to Orlando?
It has been so huge. People just want to help one another out, and I think that's what the key thing is. That's the most important thing. You want to help the person next to you. You want to help the people around you. You want to continue to build this community up, and that's what it's continually done. Is just pour into each other, pour into the person next to you, and just make sure that everyone can feel a part of something.
I finished speaking with Jalen. I guess, did you have a sense of relief when you did find out what his actual injury was, compared to what we saw it could have been?
Honestly, there was a sense of relief, obviously for the young man and all the things that he's been through, but just knowing that, obviously it's not as, what it could have been. Yes.
What were the things that you told him specifically right after the news came out of what the injury actually was?
Well, our level of communication was great. That he understood what it was and like the work he's going to have to do, but it's also a pause to be able to evaluate some of the things going on. To continue to stay encouraged, continue to be here with his teammates and the level of communication he has with them. I think that's just continue to be a great piece of what he's going to do.
He was saying before how his teammates have been encouraging throughout this process. Just how important is it to see that as he goes through this journey?
These guys are great. We talk about it all the time of them being how tied together they are. Their ability to just encourage one another, no matter what's going on, good or bad. They stay connected and they stay, fighting for one another and pushing each other to, stay encouraged, stay positive, find the good in whatever moment it is, but knowing he's going to be right alongside them.
I know Franz didn't play the Dallas game, but when he was on the floor with Paolo in the San Antonio game, what did you like about that duo in terms of how they played?
Well, the one thing I really love is that their playmaking ability, their decision making. They both have very high basketball IQs, and their ability to just read and react off of one another. There's just such a level of versatility that they provide, and it's good to see them, growing with their chemistry, as well as, Franz also being able to teach Paolo some of these things ahead of time.
Paolo obviously continues to get to the line at a pretty good rate. I know that's one of his strengths. It's something that the team has struggled with over the years. Do you feel like he's going to help kind of bolster that area of the team as far as getting to the line?
Our goal has been to, get more points in the paint as well as get to the free throw line more. And that's coming with straight line drives, attacking the rim, not necessarily looking for the foul, but being so physical in our attacks that, you force the whistle to be blown because we're trying to attack the rim in that way.
How do post-ups, especially for Paolo and Wendell, come into that equation when you talk about paint points and just being able to, I guess, penetrate the defense?
Well, I think post-ups are a little bit different. We try to get those early seals if you have them with the mismatch or, if you got a quick duck in. I think those are great opportunities for them to get points in the paint. Other than that, you want those guys to also be playmakers in that situation because we also don't want our guys just to get caught up in, I have the post-up and it's just about me scoring in this moment. They're ultimately, we talk about decision makers, you want them to be a decision maker there first to find their teammates because their feet in the paint and is not just about the actual points in the paint. It's what getting into the paint provides outside of that.
All right.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thank you.
It's scary, frustrating. I've dealt with enough of these. I feel like I spent too much time in rehab, more than I needed to. So, but just, part of life, part of this game, these things happen. So, taking it a day at a time. I'm not worried about it. I think one good thing is that going through it enough last year, I'm not getting down on it. I'm not in my feelings about it. I know what I need to do to get back and to heal and, get ready to go. So, I'm in a good spot right now.
Were you relieved at all to find out what it was? I have no idea what's going through your mind in that moment. Just kind of take us through that, and then when you find out, exactly what it was.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, those things really can either go one or two ways. They're either the worst or, they're things that are really manageable. And, thankfully, it was one of those really manageable things. So just coming in here, going to continue to work with the staff, do everything I can, to keep strengthening the rest of my body, keep strengthening my leg, recover in every way possible so that when it's go time here pretty soon, I'm out there with the guys.
Is there any frustration on your end about how the play went about? It was one of those weird fouls where it seemed like you're trying to set a screen for Paulo and you get shoved in the back, and then that's how the injury. It seemed like you're trying to brace yourself. Is there frustration about how the injury came about?
Initially, yeah, but I mean, again, as you kind of sit on it, it's part of the game. Those things happen. You're taught to reroute the screen. We were taught to reroute the screen. So it's not something that I'm bitter off of. It's not something that, I hate Spence now. Like, it's straight. Like, it's part of the basketball game, and physicality. That's the way I like to play basketball, and it just happened in this case. It didn't go to my favor. So, like I said, just focus on getting back, getting ready, doing everything I need to do.
Is there a time frame that which you want to get back on the court?
ASAP. I always want to get back ASAP. That's just who I am. But again, just trying to listen to, what they're telling me, what the doctors are telling me, and take it a day at a time.
Let me rephrase that. Has there been, I guess, a reasonable time frame in which you've been told that you'll be able to get back on the court?
They just told me we'll take it day by day. We'll see in a couple of days. We'll reassess how we're feeling and go from there. So that's all I've heard. But, just trying to stay in a good mind space, which I'm at right now. And like I said, just, keep taking it day by day.
When you were out last year, what did you learn about that process as far as the importance of watching film and just kind of studying the team as a whole?
Oh, a lot. Like, I think watching, things like watching practice and paying close attention to what's going on. I think the guys did a great job in executing today, taking their time in our three-man actions. And it's a lot of what we want to do on the court, especially we're playing against a lot of switching teams and switching lineups. So learning how to better attack that, and things like that. It's really helpful when I get to sit back and watch from a different perspective. Definitely not where I want to be watching it from or, going through it from, but again, like I said, it's part of the game. So wanting to grow and get better in any way possible and, watching film and paying close attention to practice and things like that is definitely one way to do that.
How encouraging have your teammates been during this process? I know they've, obviously helped you before with past injuries, but how has it felt this time around?
It's been good. Like I said, I told them there's no need to worry. Like, I'm all good. I'm going to be back out there with them. And we dodged anything serious. So, really just tell them to stay focused, keep getting better. Telling me the same thing. And, it's good that I have guys like Markel, J.I., who have gone through things like this as well in their career, can help me stay in, good mind space and, help me keep growing.